Hi everyone, it's good to see you. I was in meditation yesterday morning when a really strong message channeled through, and the second that it did, I could tell this is for the collective. So I'm going to share word for word what came through. We're going to talk about it for a minute, and then I think I'm going to pull a few cards to just see if Spirit wants to say anything else about it. So this message actually channeled through the Five of Swords. And this is the Morgan Greer Tarot, if anybody is curious. And this is exactly what I heard. Part of what you want is the way in which you receive it. Part of what you want is the way in which you receive it. What does that mean? It means you don't just want the one singular thing that you're currently fixated on. You want it in a context of conditions. For example, you could tell yourself the story, I want $1 million. But what if you work so hard to manifest $1 million that you become chronically ill and you can't enjoy it? You don't want that, I don't think. So you don't just want $1 million. You want it in the context of joy, happiness, fulfillment, health, love, connection, fill in the blank. We don't ever just want one singular thing. But when we make desire a god, we fall prey to that paradigm. And that's what the Five of Swords is really talking about. The Five of Swords traditionally is about winning at any cost or manifesting at any cost. Being so fixated and so driven to create this sense of victory that you're literally willing to do some shady stuff to make it happen. Manipulation, deception, power games, mental gymnastics, pushing people away, being wicked, over-controlling, right? Winning at any cost, manifesting at any cost. And when we become fixated on something, it can be very easy to fall into the distortion of thinking, well, I'm willing to do anything to make it happen, and that means I'm in alignment. I'm literally willing to do anything to make this happen. So that means it's for me, and I'm called to it. But there is a fine line between devotion and desperation. And I think this is just such beautiful timing, because one of the last messages that channeled through me was challenge is part of finding your higher purpose, right? Being in alignment doesn't mean you're never going to experience challenge or contrast. In order to create what you want, you have to show up even when you don't feel like it. You have to be consistent. You have to put in effort and hard work, right? On and on and on and on. And that's true. And I feel like Spirit is just coming through now to say, okay, you get that. We've covered that foundation. Now it's time to add some nuance here. It's time to take things a layer deeper. You're ready for another layer. And that extra layer here is devotion is not desperation. And you have to be very, very self-aware and self-responsible to know the difference between the two within yourself. One of the other things that channeled through this card was this. The state of being you're manifesting from is the state of being you will manifest. Are you sacrificing your peace of mind to create something? Are you sacrificing your sense of pride? Are you sacrificing parts of yourself? Are you abandoning yourself to try and create something? That's desperation. That's not devotion, right? And if you abandon parts of yourself in order to create something, I promise you, I know, you will come to resent what you create. If you abandon parts of yourself to create something, you will come to resent what you have created. Okay? So Spirit just wants you to understand desire from a little bit more of a holistic perspective. And I think the main message here is really just don't make desire a god. Desire is something that is divine and it's part of the human experience, but it's meant to be engaged with playfully. You know, if you're telling yourself that this one thing that you want is the thing that's going to make or break your whole life, you're desperate for it. And ironically, you're actually pushing it away. So who you become on the way to what you want is what you actually want. It's a state of being, right? Let's see if Spirit wants to say anything else about this. Also, 444, the angel number 444 was coming through, which is interesting because that's about strong foundations. And obviously the 5 of Swords, the number 5, is about disruption of that foundation. So I think Spirit is just saying, like, this understanding is fundamental to the foundation of a happy life. Let's see, is there anything else Spirit wants to say? Ooh, no. And I can feel, yes, thank you. I can feel in the collective, whoever this message is for, I can feel some of you have been thinking to yourself, it's almost like you're prepping yourself for the worst. It's like, oh my God, I'm thinking about all the things I'm going to have to sacrifice in order to create what I want. I'm thinking about the pain I'm going to have to endure in order to create something that I want. It's like you're bracing for the pain required to manifest something that you want. But I would just invite you to see yourself from a more objective perspective. If, again, creating something that you think you want requires that level of self-abandonment or pain, maybe it's not meant for you. Something to consider. If you can't enjoy the process of creation, I'm not so sure that creation is meant for you. Knight of Cups. Oh, yes. Oh. Lead with your heart. Lead with your heart. Lead with your vulnerability. That's really powerful, to lead with your vulnerability. Leading with your heart means you're never going to abandon your heart. Your heart will call you to the things that are meant for you. And when you're really in alignment with those things, it's just going to be obvious in the moment. You're going to be able to tell the difference between, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and abandoning yourself. They're not the same thing. They're just not the same thing. So Spirit wants you to lead with your heart and let your heart tell you what is meant for you, not your brain, not your mind. Again, like, mental gymnastics will take you down all kinds of rabbit holes. Lead with your heart, not your head. Thank you. Yes. Okay, what do we got? Ace of Swords. Ooh. And 8 of Wands. Wow, look at these 3 all together. Lots of blue. Ironically, leading with your heart will help to clear your head. When you lead with your heart, you'll actually have some major epiphanies and aha moments, and any kind of confusion that you've been struggling with, it's just gone. It's just gone. And suddenly, things start happening really fast. Things start manifesting really, really fast. Because all of you is on board with what you're doing. when all of you is facing the same direction, when all of you is pointing towards the same thing, and all of you is on board with the calling, with the desire, I cannot tell you how quickly things can change, how quickly things can manifest. And Spirit supports you every step of the way. Okay. All right. I think that's everything. Is that everything? I'm hearing pull one more. Hang on. Okay. Ooh, 9 of Pentacles. Now we've got some purple. Yes. And at the end of the day, when you've created what you want to feel proud. You want to feel proud of who you were along the way and who you have become. Feeling proud of yourself is a marker of alignment, right? She created abundance for herself. She didn't sacrifice any of her values to create the life of her dreams. And so she has arrived in the land of abundance, fully intact, and therefore capable of enjoying it, right? All right, everyone. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope this message reaches whoever needs to hear it. I hope it was helpful or thought-provoking. Be sure to check out the description box for those journal prompts, and I'll see you next time. Bye.